Hey guys, how's it going? So I've got a really cool idea to share with you today, and it's this whole notion of comparison to other people, right? So when you're comparing yourself to other people, really we never really feel better about ourselves. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, never compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. And I think that's a really important thing to remember, especially with Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, where, let's be honest, most people, I should say all people, are really posting the best of their life. No one's posting a picture of them slothing it out on the couch. They're only posting pictures of that rare glimpse of that, the light hit their body in such a great way, and I was like, oh my god, I look amazing. They take a picture of it and they post it on Facebook. You look at that picture and you feel crappy about yourself because you don't look the same. So this whole notion of comparison is it's an element of humanity that we have to deal with, and it's obviously challenging in this world where we have all these magazine ads and these ideal body types and all this stuff. But I wanted to share something with you that I think is really important to remember, is that even if you are comparing yourself to athletes or professional fitness models or the ideal body, remember that these are individuals whose livelihood it is to look that way, for the most part. Obviously there's the freaks of nature who just look amazing right out of the womb, but for the most part, when you see somebody who has a chiseled body or a low percent body fat, or the beautiful curves that you want, realize that did not happen overnight. They likely have put in years and years and thousands of hours of work in the gym, of diligence with their diets, and it's very unrealistic to compare yourself to those individuals. Obviously there's structural differences. Some people might have a wider shoulder base than others. So if you want wider shoulders, then and you've got a thinner or kind of more narrow frame like I do, then maybe that's not the most realistic approach to or comparison to kind of look to. So a really cool story that I like to share with people about this is, I don't know if you've ever watched the Actors Studio, which is basically kind of an interview show where I can't remember the name of the host, but he talks to various celebrities and actors in front of his classroom. So his classroom has probably hundreds of soon-to-be actors, or these are actors in school kind of learning the trade. So I remember one episode, he talks about, I think it was actually with Bradley Cooper, and Bradley Cooper was actually in the audience as a student, decades before, and so they showed this kind of replay of this time where Bradley Cooper was a student in the audience, and Robert De Niro was on stage being interviewed by the host of the Actors Studio, and it was so profound because here you have Bradley Cooper who stands up and asks Robert De Niro a question. They've never met each other before that, right? And he asks him a question about some acting, ideas and stuff like that. And they, Robert De Niro, as any guest would, answers his question and never thinks anything of Bradley Cooper after that because he doesn't even know who he is, right? So fast forward about a decade later, Robert De Niro and Bradley Cooper are now working together on the same movie. Now, how amazing is that, right? This is somebody who was, putting in the hours. I'm talking about Bradley Cooper and probably Robert De Niro as well when he was his age. But here's somebody who's put in the time, who's put in the blood, sweat, and tears, if you will, to own his craft, to become a better version of himself, to become the best possible actor he can be. And 10 years, literally, after he had asked one of his idols on stage about acting, he was now sharing the stage with him in a movie that they were shooting together. So never forget that, right? We see these Hollywood celebrities or these overnight success stories as like, oh my god, they made $1 million overnight, or they became successful overnight. That's not what happened. They took years and years and years of hard work. And if you really understand what went into that, most people will be like, I don't want to have anything to do with that. So we live in a culture and a time that rewards, or that that really kind of elevates this kind of quick fix, stuff. But the reality is that there's a lot of work that goes behind it. It's like a duck sitting on water. It looks all calm and serene, but underwater it's just like flapping its legs like crazy. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes that we do not see. So never forget that when you are striving towards a better version of yourself, which is really all that we can do is be a better version of ourselves. Never forget that it takes time and it takes a lot of effort. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you want to make $1 million or $10 million, or if you want to lose 50 pounds or get 7% body fat, or whatever, any kind of meaningful goal is worthwhile because of who you become in the process. If you win the lottery, I guarantee you, you will not become a different person from the day before. But if you challenge yourself to go through years or decades of becoming financially free, as an example, you are forced to become a better version of yourself to be the person who's able to attract that type of money and manage it properly. The same thing with your health. If you are 300 pounds, there are certain activities that you're doing that are creating that. In order to be a thinner, healthier version of yourself, you need to be a different person. You need to do different things than you were doing previously. And that doesn't happen overnight. So I hope this message finds you well. And I hope it serves as a bit of a reality check and a reminder that, miracles don't happen overnight, but miracles happen all around us all the time, as long as you notice them and you put in the work to achieve them. So there we go. I hope this brightens up your day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.